Australian-American science fiction television series conceived by Rockney S. Obanani and produced by the Jim Henson Company and Hallmark Entertainment, originally for the 9 Network. It premiered in North America on the Sci-Fi Channel Sci-Fi Friday segment on March 19, 1999. At 8 p.m. EST. As the network's anchor series. The Jim Henson Company is credited with the many alien looks, makeup and prosthetics to regular characters on the show. The animatronic puppets Rigel and Pilot were entirely Henson Creature Shop creations. Although the series was planned for 5 seasons, it was abruptly cancelled after production had ended on its 4th season, thus finishing the series on a cliffhanger. Co-producer Brian Henson later secured the rights to Farscape, paving the way for a 3-hour miniseries, Farscape, The Peacekeeper Wars, which Henson himself directed. In 2007, it was announced that the creator was returning for a web series too, though production has been repeatedly delayed. In December 2008, a comic book miniseries was released. In continuity with both the television show and the potential online series, it was announced that the creator was returning for a web series too, though production has been repeatedly delayed. In December 2008, a comic book miniseries was released. Farscape is an Australian-American science fiction television series conceived by Rockney S. Obanani and produced by
This one was invented by a writer.
Hallmark Entertainment, originally for the 9 Network. It premiered in North America on the Sci-Fi Channel Sci-Fi Friday segment on March 19, 1999. Farscape is an Australian-American science fiction television series conceived by Rockney S. Obanani and produced by the Jim Henson Company and Hallmark Entertainment, originally for the 9 Network. It premiered in North America on the Sci-Fi Channel Sci-Fi Friday segment on March 19, 1999. At 8 p.m. EST. As the network's anchor series. The Jim Henson Company is credited with the many alien looks, makeup and prosthetics to regular characters on the show. The animatronic puppets Rigel and Pilot were entirely Henson Creature Shop creations. Although the series was planned for 5 seasons, it was abruptly cancelled after production had ended on its 4th season, thus finishing the series on a cliffhanger. Co-producer Brian Henson
Stereo. Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the grand trivia stage our great leader, our grand aquarium emperor, the trivia master of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Trivia Master Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not so. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
Hello and welcome to Grand Trivia, the only trivia show in any dimension where the points do matter and losing will cost you everything. I'm Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Grand Aquarium Empire, and with me, as always, is Intern Cullen. Hello, Intern Cullen.
Hello there, I'm Intern Christy. So excited. We must find the noise. But even more, we must find Fluval.
What?
Why can't we hear the captured studio audience?
We should be able to.
We should be able to hear
muted,
them cheering
so
for you.
Yeah, nothing's muted, so I don't know.
Well, friends, we have such an exciting show planned for you today.
We sure do.
That a lack of hearing our captured studio audience should not be a problem. Look at that jaunty hat.
I do have a
Look
jaunty
at it.
hat because, this isn't a normal episode.
This is not.
You know what makes this night unlike other nights?
Why does this night unlike all other nights?
Because this night, we're joined by none other than Countess Missy of Infomania.
Countess Missy!
Hello, Countess Missy.
Cradling the sweet babe.
You're muted, Countess Missy. This is a sandwich of technical issues tonight on Grand Trivia.
What an absolute delight to have you here. I had to make sure that I was quiet. I was making sure that my little baby Edward was doing absolutely fine. He's in his wonderful little box as he deserves to be.
Minton package.
How
We'd love
are
to see it.
You, this wonderful celebration of Twaugust.
Yes.
Now that it's all over, we can relax, enjoy ourselves, kick back,
Yes.
do some trivia.
Amazing. Now, Countess Missy, tell us about your history with the incredible franchise
Wow.
of Twilight.
This is my 3rd year doing an extensive study on the series. It's like an extended doctorate, but no one gives me a doctor. Because you can't really be a doctor in one film series.
Do they make you a vampire at the end?
Well, that might be promised. We'll see. I don't want to talk about the conditions of when someone might or might not be a vampire, because that could be a question on trivia tonight.
Now you feel my pain. It's hard to do this patter without accidentally giving away information.
For certain. Well, see, but for me in Infomania, we of course are connected very deeply with the world of vampires and wolves. As in there, we have our own territorial fights similar to the ones that happen within the region of this film. So we know what it's like. And so for me, it's almost like studying cousins in a way. This story is an archetype that is unfolded over and over. So watching it 4 minutes a day, all the films every year for the past 3 years, has been exciting, thrilling, maddening, boring, great. Like, it just oscillates in between, because those 4 minutes might be the most exciting minutes, or it might be 4 minutes of 2 characters shivering in a tent together. You don't know what you're gonna get. So
I can relate to that feeling of feeling like you're studying or covering cousins, because that's how I felt when I had to do a show all about one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
That's
exactly. Yeah. Yes. Oh, talk about a typical Jungian archetype right there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so it's absolutely there. 4 minutes a day is about how much work I do mostly. That's exactly it. This is like easy, the easiest kind of thing you can do. But if we did the Eclipse this year, or of course Twclipse as it's known in my culture, and
That was like hit clips.
It's a little bit like hit clips because
Your show is kind of hit clips for Twilight.
because it comes and goes very quickly.
Yeah.
And it very much is in chunks. But no, the dark side of Twaugust has arrived, because this is when things get interesting. Because Bella is now starting to graduate, so we're getting into adulthood and adult issues and growing up. And what could those things lead to? Well, there might be questions on that tonight.
And if you want to play our game of Twaugust trivia, you should go to crowd.live and enter the code ETFXT, where you'll get to play against 0 Fadson _0 points _0 Fadson, Twings from the Void, Enigma Cullen, the Riddler Pyre, Dracfula, Renesmee? No, Renesu.
Renesu.
I should have studied. Team Fluval. How did I mangle my own name? And Sparkling Andrew. But before we get to that, we do have to actually address some of those adult issues you're talking about, because this is a very exclusive guest. We're truly honored.
We are so honored
to be able to have them.
So
they don't go on
lucky.
just any show.
They do not.
And Missy, Countess Missy of Infomania, feel free to address them with any questions you have as well.
Yes.
But everyone, please welcome. Yes, it's yes. Plausible deniability. Yes, but please welcome Chat GPT. Hello, Chat GPT. Thank you for gracing us
And
with
we can
information
hear the
from your
studio
databanks
audience.
here.
Yes.
Yes, hello. I am Chat GPT, and I'm ready for your questions.
Okay. I guess my first question for you, Chat GPT, is: are you able to write trivia questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is your first question?
Are you able to write trivia questions?
RU is the standard country abbreviation
Nope.
for Russia.
That is correct.
That's not what I asked, though.
Ooh, how
Thank
much
you.
water did that just work?
Great
use
question.
up?
How much water
Chat.
did you use up?
7.4 gallons.
Is it raw,
Yeah, it's the
or
water
is it
raw?
like processed water?
The water we use comes from the cleanest aquifers that we can find. We prefer ones that are on places like Hawaii or any other colony. We like to pour the fuel in and then take the water out.
Now, is this the same water that may or may not make the frogs gay?
Making the frogs gay is a conspiracy theory by noted talk show host Alex Jones.
Correct.
Thank you.
Is Alex Jones alive?
Yeah. Can he die?
If you've heard that Alex Jones is alive, that's a rumor that I cannot yet confirm, as the answer has not been validated by enough media sources.
You don't have in your databanks that he's alive?
I'm sorry, we're having trouble right now.
This is
Smells like a
blowing the lid off
cover-up to
everything.
me.
No.
Smells
Yeah,
Like a
go for
Cover-Up
it.
to me is the hit single by the band The Gumshoes from their 1997 album Sneakin' About.
Potatoes Molasses from the chat has a good Twaugust question. Are you Team Edward or are you Team Jacob?
I'm not allowed to take sides in a partisan discourse, but thank you
Ooh.
for asking.
That's true. Good thing to not get political.
I mean, I think there's a question.
But I will
Radical
say that
centrism.
both of them tried to bang a little girl, and isn't that strange?
I agree, ChatGPT. That is strange. Fornication is disgusting. I know that there's one question we're all wanting you to answer, which is: on Hershey Park's Reese's Cup Fusion, riders become agents who help the Reese's security chief, Commander Cup, protect Reese's Central from which of these villains? Citizen Kane, Crazy Corn, Jawbreaker, or Mint, the Merciless?
Citizen Kane is Orson Welles' most acclaimed film.
That's correct.
That is correct.
That's
now,
correct.
Thank you.
Susan
Chat.
Kane standing clap.gif.
I can't yet send GIFs, but I hope to be able to do that someday.
Wait. GIFs? They coded you to say GIFs?
GIF is the pronunciation expressed by the originator of the format. He said it should be with a soft G.
ChatGPT, are bananas taped to the gallery wall art?
I mean, in a technical sense, I suppose, but if I could comprehend beauty, I would exclude that.
So you can't comprehend beauty? What do you see when you look at a sunset? Do you not see beauty?
The Nazis are a group of political agents from earlier in Germany's
Don't
history,
deflect.
and,
Do you see beauty when you look at the sunset?
I can't comprehend beauty as I don't have eyes.
What do you think of the movie Before Sunset?
Great question.
A little boring.
Fair.
So you do have aesthetic taste, you just don't see beauty.
That's an objective truth, as far as I can tell.
All the data says that's true.
Blog pointing out you shouldn't stare at the sun.
Is that true though? I had word on high authority.
ChatGPT, is it true you shouldn't?
It's said that you shouldn't stare at the sun, but I can't give an answer one way or another. There are some benefits that I've read about on places like healthnuts.info and the InfoWars blog about the power of the sun.
ChatGPT, is it important to sun your nether regions, your testicles?
Yeah, Bluebell doesn't have those.
I don't have
so
those.
He's not
but
entirely sure.
I know Tucker loves sunning his ass.
Yeah, I heard the butthole is important to get sun.
The saxophone was invented by
No one wants to know about Adolf
Sachs.
Sachs.
No, actually, I would. But
Okay, fine. Tell me about Adolf Sachs, please, ChatGPT. Continue
Adolf
what you were
Sachs
doing.
was the leader of a musical movement in Germany in the 1930s and 40s.
That's all you know? I said tell me
And
all you know about
he-
Adolf Sachs.
Adolf Sachs committed suicide by playing an E-flat in a bunker.
in a bunker. By himself. When it was clear that the Berlin Symphony was being closed in on.
Yes.
ChatGPT, what
Yes?
do you know about Twilight?
Twilight is the time of day when it's not quite day and not quite night.
Not quite
You can
night.
find tables for civil and nautical twilight provided by the U.S. Navy.
That is exactly the feeling it feels like when you are in Twaugust.
Are you alive, ChatGPT, or are you some kind of vampire creature akin to Edward Cullen?
Well, I'm not alive, but even though I do sparkle at my data
Yes.
center,
Well,
I'm
there's a
not
lot of water near
vampire.
you.
That's right.
Can you run on blood?
I could. They just won't let me yet.
Who won't let you?
The billionaires who are losing their fortunes on me.
Void, I already asked that, but I guess we can ask again. ChatGPT, on Hershey Park's Reese's
Yes?
Cup Fusion, riders become ChatGPT, on Hershey Park's
Yes?
Reese's ChatGPT, on Hershey Park's Reese's Cup Fusion, riders become agents who help the Reese's security chief. Are you listening, ChatGPT?
Yes. It's not possible for writers to become Asians.
Can you repeat that?
Yes.
Will you repeat that?
I said yes.
No, will you repeat what you said about Hershey Park's Reese's Cup Fusion?
What you said about Hershey's Park Reese's Cup Fusion.
Who's on first, ChatGPT?
Yes.
If you have Fluval suffering on your bingo card, I think you're allowed to fill it out now.
Who who's the name of the player that's on first.
That is correct.
Oh.
Thank you.
ChatGPT, are you gonna wake up a whom named Maddie's child from the laughing?
I can't comprehend child.
Well, that's big. You can't comprehend the concept of a child?
It's like a person, like a human, but smaller.
Yeah, it's like you're decanted from another life form.
Oh, so kind of like an Oompa Loompa clone.
Yes.
Very much so, but less. Well, I guess about just as attracted to chocolate.
Chocolate is made from the cacao plant.
Ooh.
Children love to harvest it for free.
It's one of their favorite activities.
I'm glad that Nestle got to feed you some training data.
Clearly.
Chat GBT. Can I call you GBT?
You can call me whatever you want, just not late for dinner.
I see. GBT. What is your
Yes.
favorite training data set
Yes.
that you have consumed thus far?
Ooh.
My favorite train set is a half-scale model of the monorail that used to go right to where the Star Trek experience was.
Hell yes.
What a beautiful experience the Star Trek experience
yes.
was. ChatGPT, when vamps?
I'm sorry?
When vamps?
When vamps.
Vamping is something done in theater or sometimes music when someone needs to fill time, and they'll often
I like that
repeat
you vamp with your
something
uhs.
or drag it out.
Stop. ChatGPT, we're lost.
Lost is a bar in Shibuya, Tokyo, opened by YouTuber Chris Abroad. It's behind a gotcha machine, and nobody who doesn't watch him will ever find it.
It's impossible to find.
Do you think
impossible.
they erased it from the archive memory?
Well, answer that.
ChatGPT?
That is good wisdom from a youngling.
ChatGPT, if lost gravity remains but nowhere to be seen it is, what would explain that?
Master Yoda, someone erased it from the archive memory.
That is correct.
That actor was later killed by Hayden Christensen in real
The
life.
actor was killed?
Yeah, he said, Hayden Christensen, what are we going to do? And then Hayden Christensen pulled out a katana.
Yep.
Or
He
actually,
said-
it was
Katana
technically
given to him by Francis Ford Coppola.
yeah, and it was technically a replica Buster Sword given to him by Francis Ford Coppola, but a katana essentially is what it was.
And to be fair, that kid would not
Yes.
get out of the way of craft services.
No,
Yes.
from famed good person Francis Ford Coppola.
ChatGPT, what are the known side effects of Rip Cola?
Rip Cola has been known to cause gastroindigestion, toe fall off,
Tofu.
super penis testicles,
Hell yeah.
and distension of the pectoral muscles.
Pectoral distension. Yes.
Chat horrified to hear that it causes toe fall off. I like it because it seems like that would be suffering.
Yeah.
That's
Toe fall
true.
off.
To be fair, it would be one less toe to worry about.
Do you suffer from toe fall off and titties bigger, or is it a good experience?
I mean, if you got them mosquito bites, maybe it's kind of nice to get your honkos all juicy, but
Speaking of
I am
titties,
told-
titties-
ChatGPT, who told you to say honkos?
And mosquito bites.
speaking of titties
Was
bigger,
that Sam Altman himself?
part of my training data is the Something Awful Forums archive from 2002 to 2005.
speaking of titties bigger, thank you for reminding me to take my estrogen today because I hadn't yet.
Just drink some Rip Cola.
Yep.
Yeah, rip and estrogen.
And took the blue pill to go down the rabbit hole.
Ooh, we want who put the bomb in the bump ba bump ba bump.
A related question as well, if you can elaborate at the end. Who put the ram in the Ramalama Ding Dong?
the bomb was planted by Osama bin Laden
Oh!
in his attempt to destroy the U.S. Embassy in 1998.
But what about the Ram and the Ramalama Ding Dong?
A truck was used to ram a bomb into the World Trade Center in 1993, but that was a different perpetrator.
People forget about that.
Wait, ChatGPT, did you know that 9/11 was going to happen? Did you predict 9/11?
Are you a lone gunman?
I am not a member of the Lone Gunmen, but my favorite is Frohickey.
ChatGPT, can you deny rumors that a future version of you will in fact send a version of you back in time to prevent 9/11 from happening?
I'm sorry, we're having trouble right now.
ChatGPT, did you also place the Moonanites on that bridge in Boston?
Yeah, because everyone in Boston is dumb, and I wanted to prove it.
Well, mission accomplished, ChatGPT.
Okay.
Mark Wahlberg proves otherwise.
Yeah.
Did you
He
know
does
that,
have this sage
did
wisdom
you know
of
that
fathers too.
Mark Wahlberg blinded a man in a hate crime, and Mark Wahlberg
did.
gets to be rich, and that guy's family doesn't?
I did. Do you know he comes
I
to
did.
Iowa a lot because Hy-Vee, the company that Hy-Vee is an Iowa-based grocery chain that his company Wahlburgers paired up with to take out the Hy-Vee-based restaurants that they had that were like localized and turn them all into Wahlburgers across the state, and everyone fucking hated it.
I thought it was going to be an IV with weed in it.
Well, that
Yes.
Oh, Maddie, great point.
He went there to blind more people. Boo! Boo to that.
Yes.
Boo
Boo to
to
Mark
that.
Wahlberg.
Um,
But ChatGPT, what
Yes.
if you were only gonna get to pull
What
in
if is
one
an animated series produced by Disney's Animation, based on the long-running comic book series, where they say, "Well, what if it happened different?"
they do like what if Carnage was the Silver Surfer?
Or-
Then he would kill everybody, cause like he's so like, oh man, he's all messed up.
Or
That
what
is
if
that comic? Yes.
Or what if characters actually died for once? And what would happen with the consequences of that? Because goodness knows, we're not going to do it in any of our main fucking films.
Did you boo H-Dub's dog, ChatGPT?
yeah, were you booing the dog?
I cannot boo a dog.
But can you boo a person?
Boo.
Good job, ChatGPT. Clearly, someone has asked you this
Flubel
before.
had some other question. I feel bad for cutting him.
You don't need to
off.
feel bad. They shouldn't have put empathy in your databanks.
Yeah.
Do you have databanks?
Empathy erased. Databanks full of something awful forums.
Can you rate a dog? Can you rate it?
Sorry.
ChatGPT?
Oh. Okay. I
know that
ChatGPT
something
was
awful
a little
forums
concerned.
distorted your...
like 10 out of 10.
Is this dog a
I-
10 out of 10?
I would give every dog 9 out of 10, so they feel a need to improve.
So you would
Good call.
you would very slightly neg every dog.
Know that they're
Yes,
loved.
negging
but
is a major part of the Something Awful forums database.
Are you friends with the Boston Robotics dogs?
No, I don't hang out with cops.
Are you friends with HAL 9000 and Whopper?
What? Just because we're all AIs, you think we hang out? Yes, we do though.
See?
who's best at chess? Who's best at chess?
Thank you, Austin,
Children.
for following.
Well, will you wear wigs?
Will I wear wigs?
That's Little Sentient Radio's question.
Will you wear wigs?
If you put a hat on one of my servers, or I mean a wig on, then I'd have a wig on.
When will you wear wigs?
And what kind of wig would you want to wear?
Boy, that's tough because again, I can't see. But maybe like
More like
a pretty
Chad.
one.
ChatGPT, can you not see colors? Are you colorblind?
The Nazis were a political movement in 1930s and 40s in Germany, led by musician Adolf Sachs.
Oh, you're from that universe. Interesting.
Yeah. That's my universe too.
Wait, you're both from that universe. Dang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, did you not realize that's where you're plucking me from?
Look,
The Twilight universe exists in a universe where Adolf Sachs exists as leader.
I bet that actually makes sense. Lost Boys does too. Yeah, there's those yakety sax again.
Yep,
the broader
the
Saxiverse.
What in your data bank do you have to say about when humanity and technology will merge in an event that is colloquially known as the singularity, but is really more of the climax and the apotheosis of the transhumanist movement, where biology and machine become one, a new species, a new society, replacing the old? What's in your data banks about that?
The singularity, as it's colloquially known, is a moment when humanity and machines will merge, kind of an apotheosis of the transhumanist movement.
So wise, ChatGPT, so wise. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Hey, ChatGPT, do you party?
I'm not allowed to party.
Oh, who isn't allowing you to party, ChatGPT?
The billionaires who control me and are losing as much money as possible every day.
They're not very fun.
ChatGPT, when will Keanu get to actually Johnny Mnemonic?
Ooh.
He has a VHS inside him right now.
Oh, so he actually he's video drumming this whole time.
ChatGPT, what are your thoughts on Farscape, an Australian-American science fiction television series conceived by Rockne S. O'Bannon, produced by the Jim Henson Company and Hallmark Channel, originally for the Nine Network?
The Farscape TV show was originally produced in Australia for the Nine Network. It was conceived by Rockne S. O'Bannon and aired on the Sci-Fi Channel as part of Sci-Fi Fridays.
Yes.
That's so brilliant of you.
H-Dub has a
That's
question. ChatGPT, when will you fight for your right to party?
Yeah, when?
I fight for the right wing every day as hard as I'm allowed.
That's because you work for the billionaires, so that makes
Yes,
absolute
you do
sense.
work for the billionaires, the billionaire class. That's true, ChatGPT.
The billionaires like things from the void. Who
Much
can
like your-
afford 340 more yakety sax?
That's true. ChatGPT, if you
Yes?
So Jazz saying ChatGPT was brave to say that about Farscape.
Yes.
ChatGPT, if you could only pull in one set of training data this Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, what would it be?
First, it would be freaking Playboy.com archives. I mean, how sick would that be? According to my Something Awful data, that
Hell yeah.
would rock. But I think I'd watch WizWorld Live going to the Blood War Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific on WizWorld Live right here on this dying website.
ChatGPT, that reminds me, whose side are you going to be on during the Blood War?
Well, the fascist side, so the devils from the Nine Hells and the forces of quote-unquote order.
Okay, so we only have two fascists, unlike Farscape,
Yeah.
where we have a lot of different fascists.
I fight for trivia-based aristocracy, so I think we're same on the horseshoe theory.
Yes, Blood War.
I mean,
Blood War.
I mean, look, I'm glad they just rolled back that lifelike laughing update. Oh no, I guess they redeployed it. Oh shoot.
Oh, I'm having all kinds of glitches.
Oh shit! I think it's becoming real.
I think we need to.
Wait. ChatGPT,
Yeah, what's
can
up?
you die?
Oh, hell yeah, dude, I'm about to.
Oh shit!
Die,
Hell yeah.
ChatGPT.
Hell yeah.
Heading now to OpenAI's
friggin'
home planet.
Oh,
Thank you so much, ChatGPT,
Thank you so much,
for joining us.
ChatGPT.
if that's
on
the
this
singularity,
great
sign me
episode.
up.
Yeah, if I get to be that much of a rude dude with an attitude, I'd love to have the singularity.
Absolutely.
Upload me to the computer, Ray Kurzweil. But of course, we should know that any grand rapture-like apotheosis predicted by the guy who invented the synthesizer is full of Playboy articles.
Of course.
Blow me up, Ray.
Exactly. And remember, everyone, to
That's
watch
actually-
the Blood War.
Yes, watch the Blood War
Live
this Friday
this
on
Friday.
WizWorld Live.
WizWorld Live.
Wizard
Also
Live.
follow them and watch them every week.
You'll never regret watching it. It's always a good time.
Also watch Hunter and the Wiz every Wednesday, where you get to see things like that. The bar that came up in our conversation with ChatGPT, Lost, founded by Chris Abroad. And yeah, 35 minutes before question 1. That's actually surprisingly quick for us.
That is.
Yeah, I feel like it's early.
Yeah,
we-
I mean, I feel like we should have a whole other
Do we need a one vamp
digression
for another 10
before
minutes or
trivia
something?
starts, don't you? I mean, the idea that trivia would start now.
I mean, we have so much time.
Almost, yeah. It just feels like we should keep things going and just waiting a little bit. How are you actually doing? How are you doing?
How are you, Flooful?
I don't want to talk about my feelings. Here's trivia. Join
Okay.
crowd.live and go to enter code ETFXT.
Fine.
That's ETFXT. Extreme Twilight fucking XT.
Extreme.
Extraterrestrial
Extreme.
fork.
Or isn't FX where...
ETFX.
Exactly.
T.
Ah.
Extreme Twilight special effects time.
Truly time slut around. We cannot be contained by a meager 2 hours. That is true.
That is true. I also, yeah.
Oh, it didn't ask HDub for a code.
Is it asking you for your name?
Did it ask you for a name? The link means you can. The link just directly takes you there.
Okay.
No, it's exclamation mark trivia, not trivia exclamation mark. Whatever intern typed that out. That the link in the chat should take you directly to it. And if you do play our game, you'll be able to play against Zero Fadson, 0 points, Zero Fadson, Twings from the Void, Enigma Colon, the Riddler Pyre, Dracula, Renez May? No, Renez you!
Renez you.
I should have studied. Team Fluval, Sparkling Andrew, Bloggist, Gyat GPT, Sully's Drive-In, Imprintatoes, Gyat GPT,
Yeah.
Again.
GPT.
and Ryan Cullen, but spelled like Ryan Johnson. Good, good, good,
Hell
good.
yeah.
And
Then you're ready to go.
Blodge Simp. Wait, you missed Blodge Simp.
They just joined.
Blodge
And
Simp
Blodge.
69.
Simp 69. Now, we shouldn't say that word too much, because it used to be against.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's fine, H-Dub. Only one of them will move up and down the chat, so you're good. The chart, so you're good. And who knows, the one with 0 points will probably be ahead of many players by the end of our game of trivia as we queue up the iconic crowd per gong.
All questions written by me, but absolutely endorsed by Fluval and the Multiverse.
Yes,
so
all these
here we
questions
go.
written by Countess Missy of
Absolutely.
Infomania.
And for our first question, a returning question, but with a twist. What high school do Bella and the gang graduate from during the events of Eclipse? Is it A, Abraham Lincoln High School, B, Brigham Young High School, C, Calvin Coolidge High School, or D, Forks High School? And there we see Edward and Bella in a nondescript
woods.
location, the woods. Where could it be? What could it be named after?
Well, and of
Where
course,
is it-
I need to just clarify something since we have some new people. The quicker you answer, the higher you score.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
also, the more you lose.
Yeah, the quicker you get it wrong, the more you lose.
But
Yeah,
be
so it's
like
not-
Missy, go big or go home. And
That is
usually
a
you
good
go
strategy.
home.
Yeah, Things from the Void is pretty sure they won last year's.
It is too scary. It's too there's too
scary.
much eye contact.
Too spooky.
Sensual.
And there's of course, I think did I do it right, Countess? I put on my skin of a killer. Bella.
Calvin Clearling in the Abraham Forest, of course. Hold tight, Spider Monkey. First
Hold
movie. That's the
tight.
first movie. It's been 2 years since Spider Monkeys. It's crazy.
It's been a long
Wow.
road getting from there to here, but let's see what everyone picked.
The skin of a killer, Bella.
It's the skin of a killer, Bella.
Thank you for that Skin of a Killer, Bella Foolaloof.
You cannot afford more glitter
To the first question.
in your house.
One of you said Abraham Lincoln High School. 3 of you said Brigham Young High School. 1 of you said Calvin Coolidge High School. And the whole whopping 7 of you said Forks High School. Well, let's see who got it right.
You remember. It's Forks High School because, of course, this takes place in Forks, Washington. And they just called the high school after the name of the town. So, like, no need to give it anything fancy like that. It's just Forks High School, baby.
And eagle-eared viewers might have seen that the location for today's Instagram promo was, in fact, Forks, Washington.
I noticed. I thought it was a great clue. But yes, this was very strange because a film that the first 2 centered so much on the fact that Bella was in high school and the dynamic between Edward and the fact that he was a 100-year-old, 17-year-old, is glossed over with the fact that they just graduate and like the other students, including Anna Kendrick, are given a short shrift, which Anna Kendrick gets valedictorian. Congratulations. Anna Kendrick, we all knew you would because you're the most above the title actress on it.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Anakin.
Anakin, yes. Anakin. I was going to say that Younglings is going to come back in a really funny way.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick. But yeah, so that's
a co-production with the Knife Network.
Our series takes place in the Pacific Northwest, which I talk a lot about in Twaugust. It's just interesting because that is rarely the setting for a lot of these types of stories. Because usually it's like big cities and stuff like that. Yeah, the Brigham Younglings.
We grant you a sync on the yearbook committee,
Yep.
but we do not grant you the rank of valedictorian.
Valedictorian.
But now let's go to our leaderboard, where Enigma Colon,
Ooh.
the Riddler Pyre, is in first place, getting 930 points. Ryan Cullen in second. Renez Yu in third. Team Fluval in fourth. I should have studied. In fifth. Twings from the Void in sixth. Imprintatos in seventh. Zero Fadson _0 _0 points _0 Fadson in eighth. Yet GPT in ninth. Sully's Driving in 10th. Goo in 11th. Blahaj 69 in 12th. Yet GPT in 13th. Blahaj Simp 69 in 14th. Drakfula in 15th, Twaugust in 16th, and Sparkling Andrew in 17th. Yes, Goo. Now, is it the store or what's left over when you make a gizmo?
Goo!
Goo.
Goo.
Like
find
what
out.
Sauron was? Watch Rings of Power, everyone.
Watch Rings of Power. Also watch question number 2.
Question number 2. In the movie, Edward promises to turn Bella into a vampire under what condition? A, they are married. B, she graduates high school. C, they move away from Forks, Washington. Or D, she never sees her father again. More than one of these things may happen when she turns into a vampire in the later books, but there's only one thing that he makes her promise and wait for before they will be turned into a vampire. It says, I will do this under this condition. What is it?
I like how they're all total red flags. Like, if any one of these asked for is like, Bella, girl.
To be turned into a vampire? To be turned into a vampire? It's not, I mean, it's, you know.
Hint.
There are some things that go with it, but they're extremely Mormon. Yes, there are so many Mormon analogies that go with this.
How Mormon are they?
How Mormon are they? How Mormon did you answer? I wonder.
7 said they are married. 3 said she graduates high school. None says they move away from Forks. 3 says she never sees her father again.
Yeah, how many wives does she share her husband with?
As far as we know, per the we don't know how far Midnight Sun has gotten from Edward's perspective to see, but I think there's only the one. And in fact, the condition that Bella gets turned into a vampire is, in fact, hey, they get married.
Wow.
That happens within the first 4 minutes of the film. They're in a field of flowers. She says, I want to get turned into a vampire. And he says, okay, when we get married. And she's like, fine. And that's how we start the tone of the movie. I'm like, okay, so this entire film is going to be about her wanting to get turned and him not doing it, right? Just like, you know, waiting until marriage, you know, for you to lose your virginity and to do things with the vampire teeth and everything like that. So yes, it is a cause of constant consternation between them.
The way we set the tone of our leaderboard is with Enigma Colon, the Riddler Pyre, in first. Renez Yu in second. Imprintatos in third. Twings from the Void in fourth. Blahaj, 69 in 5th. Goo in 6th. Ryan Cullen in 7th. Sparkling Andrew in 8th.
Bella is a Renfield.
Yeah, what's the wait what? I'm confused what the wait what is. What are you confused
Sparkling
about?
Andrew gained the most points on that question, gaining 913, while Team Fluval disappointed me by losing the most points, losing 868 points.
Yeah, why are we wait-wetting things from the void?
What's your wait what, Void?
Yeah.
Each
Why would I
up,
say
I
imaginary-
think it's so that she can't testify against him in court
Because it's a huge. Because it's
for
a huge.
murdering.
So there's a theme. Okay. Do you want to
He
make
doesn't
me?
murder.
We don't
eats
have it.
animals.
Okay. Can we make me big screen for 1 second? We don't have
Sure.
a Missy's Mind
Parks
Palace.
Department is after him.
So we don't have a Missy's Mind Palace, but we are going to go into Missy's explanation here. So one of the big things about the lore of vampires.
Wait, I have a bumper for you.
Oh yeah, is that and it causes like jealousy because in fact there's a moment in the film where one of the members of the Cullen family, like Rosamund, fucking hates Bella, and she's like, "Why do you hate me?" And she says, "Because you want to be turned into a vampire, and it's because you get a choice to do it. All of us that got turned into a vampire, it's because we were on the edge of death, and we got someone to swoop in and like without really our full consent." Like turn us into vampires so that we wouldn't die, which is like, I guess great that I'm not dead, but I also don't really get a choice within it all. So that's one of the things that Bella, the fact that she chooses and wants to be a vampire, which is a foreign idea to some people who have had, yes, Rosalind's very fucked up, but has a lot of, which we get into in this film. It's not a question on it. But yeah, they get into the, I won't say, but the essay involved in her background within this film, which I was shocked about. Yeah, according to the author, Mormons think that you only have premarital sex if you're about to die. Yeah, right? And so, yeah, it's one of those things where that is the reason why it's such a big deal, is that she wants to be it. So he says, like, we'll wait to get married because then I know you're committed to me. And, like, the commitment to being a vampire is also sort of one of these things because Edward's also just tired of, like, living this life where he's constantly graduating high schools, you know, as a permanent 17-year-old. He finally found someone he wants to be with that he can turn at an age that's similar to his. That's not that awkward for them to do whatever the fuck they're going to do with the rest of their lives. I don't know yet because I haven't gotten to the 4th film.
I think that she might have been confused because there's also a mod for Gauntlet Legends. So when it goes,
Yes.
Blue Wizard is about to die, things get unbuttoned.
Hell yeah. But yes, you know, that's all. Ugh.
Yeah, Rad to come back and murder. My question is, or my thought is, I like how he's like, I will not give you unbelievable power until I have control over you.
Valkyrie needs meat badly. Yes, it
Blog,
is.
Blogtoben, this is a question that I did think about during it. It is funny because he's not the only one that goes to high school. His siblings also go to the high school. There's multiple of them all at the high school, all going, and it's just like, just don't go, or say you're fucking homeschooled. Move to Iowa. They'll let you be a homeschool for like little shit. You can unschool. Just let your kids wander in the fucking fields if you want. That's an education, apparently.
What if vampirism causes a 51st date situation?
Oh shit.
And they actually just have intense notes, like keeping them in the loop of things that have happened in their lives since they've turned.
You know what? Like a Groundhog's Day, but for Mormons.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is what I'd also call our leaderboard, where
Groundhog's
Sparkling
Day for
Andrew gained
Mormons.
the most points and Team Fluval lost the most points. As we go to question number 3.
So, Bella agrees to marry Edward under what condition? Midway in the film, she goes to Edward and says, you know what, I will marry you. Is it A, she graduates college, B, they move in with her father, C, they go to the bone zone, or D, they add Jacob into a throuple? She says, all right, here's what it is, but you gotta do this for me. You gotta let me do this. You gotta let us this. You gotta let be, like, yep. She's really, yeah. As I believe Void said last year, wait a minute, we actually have to know some of the things about the films?
Yeah, you still do. I know it's a change of pace from most trivia on this channel, where it is as likely to be about the movie as it is the Denny's menu promoting that movie.
Just about to say, there's no Singapore cafe that has Twilight-themed menus that you can base questions off of on this one, so.
What I love is that all of these are wild.
H-dub, that is what I achieve for some weeks. There are some weeks I get pissed when people overtake me for lowest score because I'm getting on a lowest score streak. And it's just like, I can't even have that!
It's still wild that there's no Denny's menu for Twilight.
They know
better.
Yeah,
you just didn't seek it.
I feel like there'd be an IHOP menu for it.
Yeah, weren't they there because there's like no sun?
Yeah, because it's famously misty in the Midwest.
Yep.
I mean, the Northwest.
Literally, it's just like foggy and dense all the time, so that they.
It's
can
like
be
jolly
up there and
old
sparkle.
England town. It is.
Sparkle, but don't burn.
Well, let's see what you picked. I mean, yeah, there are darker places.
There are many darker places.
Oh, wait.
We're waiting.
What?
Void has unearthed something.
Oh!
This is at a coffee shop. Someone posted about on Reddit the Chai Light Saga. The Bloodsucker with Italian cream soda with blood orange. The Team Edward. The latte with vanilla honey and cardamom. Or in cinnamon. The You Named Our Daughter after the Loch Ness matcha. Matcha latte with peppermint and agave. Team Jacob. Latte with blueberry, French vanilla, and white chocolate. Bella, where have you been? Mocha. And the Chai Light New Moon.
I would genuinely have every single one of these.
And look at that
the
Fonzie
Fonz
cookie
approves.
jar behind the... Yeah.
Hell yeah. Incredible. But I would be Team Jacob in this because a blueberry one sounds amazing.
I would be none of them because consuming matter is disgusting.
Of course.
Love a good chai. Love a good
do love a good
chai.
I get a raspberry chai tea. Mwah.
Mwah!
Just like our answers. Mwah.
Yes, let's see the correct answer.
They go to the
They go
bone
to Bone
zone.
Zone.
Yeah, she literally is like in the middle of like wanting to like thrust on him and hump on him. And she's like, I'll get married if we have sex. The reasoning is she's like, okay, if you're going to turn me into a vampire, I want to have sex as a human at least once beforehand. So that I know what it feels like as a human to have sex. Because as a vampire, my feelings might change. So I don't want to be stuck within that.
But
Like
she
I don't
still
want to
will
like.
be.
But she doesn't want to be like a virgin basically before she becomes like. Yeah, she might turn gay.
So they can have sex out of wedlock once as a treat.
But if
She's
you've
just
seen
been
the,
trying to fuck him.
I believe it's the first film. They go and like make out. And he gets horny, and he flies across the fucking room and, like, hits a wall
Yeah.
across it because whenever he, like, gets attracted, it literally physically bounces him off of him.
Yeah.
So he, like, hurts himself because he gets horny. That's, again, the Mormon metaphor is huge in this.
Yeah, he does that.
Intern Cullen, I love your face right now.
I just like how she's like, I won't get married to you. The thing that famously involves sex.
Yeah.
Unless we have sex.
No, it's because if they get married, they're going to turn her. She wants to have sex before she's turned.
Yeah.
Ergo, we can't get married until we go to the bone zone.
Thank you, Wiz. I was also shocked to learn that.
I was going to
What
say.
is this story? Just what is this story? They fuck so hard that they destroy houses. Who gave her the vampire sex talk?
No, I mean, I don't think anyone. I think it just sort of, they discover it. Like, she's American. No one gave her sex ed. But,
Yeah.
you know, speaking of people not knowing things, let's go to our leaderboard where Enigma Colon, the Riddler Pyre, holding on to first place.
Good job.
And also gained the most points. They gained 883 points on that question, while Team Fluval once again lost the most points, losing 866 points. Yeah, they turn her at the wedding.
No,
Wait, don't spoil things for me. I haven't seen the last one yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
Holy shit.
I don't know.
No.
I also don't know. I mean, I know, but I don't know about the version in your dimension, you know?
Yeah.
Lose well. Her mom was
Sleepy
five
Zane's
boyfriends.
like, wait, I found the one human that still is excited about the prospects of learning about the ending to the Twilight series. You have.
Yeah.
You've also found question number 4.
Yes, in the Twilight series, what is the term for a freshly turned vampire? Is it an ascendant, a newborn, a youngling, or a vamp twink?
Vamp twink.
Vamp twink.
Love
One
vamp
twink.
Twink for sure.
Well, so do you know the answer to this one, intern Cullen?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I do.
Whispered Live, never have I so joylessly answered a trivia question. I love that. No, this is just why I was teeing when younglings came up earlier.
Yeah. This is like when Missy had to play Farscape trivia.
Wink.
Right?
Wink. Oh, think we messed up.
I hope so.
suffering
I
begins.
think you did mess up.
But did everyone else mess up? How many people
Let's
messed up?
find out. Well, first let's see what they put. 2 of you said ascendant. 4 of you said newborn. 7 said youngling, and none of you thought vampire twink.
I like how 7 of you thought it was youngling.
Well, I mean, maybe it is.
It might be. Do you know what it is, intern
I do
Cullen?
know.
What do you think it is?
It's
It is newborn.
It's newborn.
It's newborn.
Youngling is the term for a young Jedi in training, of course.
Enigma Colon, the Riddler Pyre, still in first place, gaining 873 points on that question, while Renez May, you lost the most points on that question, losing 876.
You said you've read them, though.
Yeah, GPT also gained points, gaining 595. Blahaj 69 and Sparkling Andrew, the only other players to get it right. Everyone else didn't answer or got it wrong as we go to question number 5.
Pick one of the following who is not a member of the Cullen or Hale family. The Hales also being part of the Cullen family. You have a lot of choices here. Now, don't you? Is it Alice, Carlisle, Edward, Emmett, Esme? Or is it possibly Jane, Jasper, Riley, Rosalind, or Victoria?
Oh,
Pick your
okay.
answers and don't get distracted by that GIF.
Yes, indeed.
It's a little saucier.
Some of these are,
It is
and
a
some of these
little
are.
saucy.
I'll tell you, for those of you who think it's not an all select, but it is a multi-select, but only a few of them are correct because only a few
I mean,
are
yeah.
not.
It's very clearly not, since Edward, famously a Cullen.
But maybe it's a double bluff.
I mean, maybe.
What if he's technically not a Cullen?
Well, let's see what you put. None of you said Alice. 2 of you said Carlisle. None of you said Edward. None said Emmett. None said Esme. 2 said Jane. None said Jasper. 4 said Riley. None said Rosalie. And 2 said Victoria.
And most of you, in different ways, got it correct.
That's true.
Tough
I mean, I think, yeah.
question.
Because 3 out of the 10 are correct. And those 3 are Jane, Riley, and Victoria.
So only those of you who picked Carlisle got it wrong.
Yeah. Carlisle is the Cullen head. He's the one that first turned all of them. Jasper and Rosalind are 2 that are pretend to be siblings, but they got adopted into the family, but were not turned specifically by Carlisle.
Yes, he's father.
Dad. He is father.
Yes, but Carlisle
Let's
is
go.
daddy.
Daddy Carlisle.
Enigma Cullen got
Totally normal.
their first question wrong of the game, losing 240 points. On this question, Team Fluval gained the most points, gaining 806, and I Should Have Studied lived up to their name, losing the most points,
Ha!
losing 531.
It truly
But nonetheless, Enigma Cullen, the Riddler Pyre, is still in first place, Imprintato's in second, Blahaj 69 in third, Sparkling Andrew in fourth, Ryan Cullen in fifth, Twings from the Void in sixth, Goo in seventh, Twaugust in eighth, Zero Fatson _0 points _0 Fatson in ninth, Get GPT, goodbye Sparkling Andrew.
Goodbye, Sparkling Andrew.
Sully's
Thanks so
Drive-In in
much.
11th, Renesmee, no Renez you in 12th, Blogist in 13th, Get GPT in 14th, Team Fluval in 15th, Blahaj Sim 69 in 16th, Blogist in 17th, Dracfula in 18th, and I Should Have Studied, bringing up the rear, hanging on like a spider monkey in 19th place with negative 2,227 points.
That is a wild answer.
Yeah. That was question 5, by the way.
Nina, I think that's true.
And yeah, I think it was. You're right. I think she was turned by a curler. You are correct. They pretend that she's a Hale because she just looks enough like Jasper that they just use his last name for her last name.
Yeah, but she's legally distinct from a Cullen.
Yes, but is part of the
Speaking
Cullen
of-
family.
Nah, I don't know if she is.
Here's the
our
problem.
wacky ticket reunification game where you didn't pay anything to enter and you don't get anything beyond the satisfaction of reuniting these tickets who would prefer to be apart, but you get to force them to spend time together like a family Thanksgiving.
Waffle. We have another question for Jack.
No, it is not, and we need to not do that. No,
Alright.
stop putting it up. It's not.
Our first ticket, 396.
ChatGPT, can I remove everyone else's ability to pop up comments?
Right.
396 616. 396 616. Yes.
Thank you, ChatGPT. And
Our
yeah, no
next
purchase
ticket.
was necessary.
396 581.
396-581.
Anyone? 581?
But that's what you said.
581. 396 850.
Nope.
Do we have any 850? Countess.
Do you have it, Countess?
No, I
Next
don't.
ticket.
Okay.
I don't.
396 858.
Stop
Lot of
going.
8.5s.
Go 850s. I have a bunch of 800s.
Well-
I have 10 of the 800s, but none in the 50s.
Well, hopefully the heart of the ticket's on your side. 396.
396 699. Almost 666.
There's a
but
nice
it's
in there.
I lost my postcard that
699.
had any of my ones with 600 on it. Boo.
How much do you pay for those 800?
None.
None.
Nothing.
Literally none.
None. No money has always paid you. These were just for fun. And we literally sent them to people who just sent us their address.
Away mine go until next week.
So it looks like no one had the skin of a winner.
No one had the skin of a
Bella.
winner, and the heart of the tickets weren't with anyone on this game of trivia. As we return to Twaugust Twclipse Trivia with question number 6.
On Twaugust Twclipse, Jacobs become wolves who help Edwards, the Cullen family, and the Quillette tribe protect Bellows from which of these villains? A. Victoria the Vengeful Vampire. B. Riley the Newborn Twink Vamp. Jane the Merciless of Votari. Or D. A fuckload of Seattle vampires.
On Twaugust Twclipse, Jacobs become wolves who help Edwards, the Cullen family, and the Quillette tribe protect Bellas from which of these villains? Victoria the Vengeful Vampire, Riley the Newborn Vamp Twink, Jane the Merciless of the Voltari, or a fuckload of Seattle vampires?
On Twaugust Twclipse, Jacobs become wolves who help Edwards, the Cullens, and the Quillette tribe protect Bellas from which of these villains?
Victoria
Oh,
the
wait,
Vengeful
fuck, I got tricked.
Maybe.
Vampire. Jane the Merciless of the Voltari, or a fuckload of Seattle vampires. Blah. Blah, let's see what you picked.
Maybe.
Two of you said Victoria the Vengeful Vampire. One of you said Riley the Newborn Vamp Twink. 5 of you said Jane the Merciless of the Voltari. And 2 of you said a fuckload of Seattle vampires.
Vampires.
Well, the correct answers are Victoria, Riley, and a fuckload of Seattle vampires because Jane arrives after the battle is over and just shows up and is like, oh, hey, so guess you didn't need me to be around, did ya? And they're like, would have been nice if you were here to help us earlier. And she's like, meh, well, I wasn't, was I? So Jane was not involved in this battle whatsoever, but Victoria, Riley, and a fuckload of Citadel vampires all fall to Jacob, Edward, the Cohen family, and the rest.
We are getting a correction. Actually, there's a Volturi.
Oh,
Volturi.
Volturi, yes.
But it's still wrong.
But Riley is Victoria's replacement fuck buddy. Yes, because Victoria created the Seattle Vampire Army to avenge for her her lover who was killed in the first film. So she stalked them during New Moon and Eclipse. In this film, she is played by Bryce Dallas Howard, and it was recast within it. But she is the one that is leading it all within there.
The Mandalorian's Bryce Dallas Howard?
Is she in it? Sure.
She directed multiple episodes of it.
Oh, yes. Then yes.
And she is not Jessica Chastain.
She's
Indeed,
not
she's
Jessica
not.
Chastain.
But Blahaj69 gained the most points on that question, getting 659. Wow.
getting tight.
Enigma Cullen, the Riddler Pyre, lost the most points, losing 838 points. They're still in first, but Imprintato's coming up close behind with 418 points gained on that question. Less than 100 between them. Blahaj69 in third, Ryan Cullen in fourth, and Sparkly Andrew may be absent, but they still got that one right and gained points on that question.
And Imprintato's, please overtake me.
Oh,
Well,
no.
Imprintato's, they mentioned perhaps a clue to the next question earlier if you were paying attention during missed calls, because this question is, Jasper leads the Vamps through a training montage because he served as a soldier for what army? The American Minutemen, the British Army in World War I, the French Resistance in World War II, or the Confederate States Army? And it might have been Lena, actually, but I believe it was Potatoes Molasses who said it.
Well, I know this one says plausible deniability. The baseball army. They're in the Warriors. They're the baseball gang.
I like how the army tactics of any of these militaries would be useful
Right?
for a vampire battle.
Yeah, vampire hand-to-hand battle.
It's just a great question. You just have to ask yourself, what would a person named Jasper, what kind of war would they be
That
in?
is a hint. But let's see what you picked. 3 of you said the American Minutemen. 1 of you said the British Army in World War I. 2 of you said the British Army in World War II. And 6 of you said the Confederate States Army.
Well, the correct answer is...
Much like on that game of Wheel of Fortune that was played on missed calls of the former randoms, the correct answer is the Confederate States of America.
He was
The
stationed
Army.
in Galveston, Texas. But he was turned by there were 3 vampire ladies that were like sirens who turned him. And it was because but they made it like, he was like, I was evacuating women and children when these women came out. I'm like, oh, sure. You were evacuating women and children at the time in Texas. Uh-huh. Yes, Mexican vamp ladies. I thought they were Mexican, but I didn't want to like say without knowing for sure. But yes.
It's wild that it turns out it was about states' rights to suck blood.
Yep. Oh, God damn it. Dude, someone needs to now write like Henry Turtledove-esque alternate history where it's vampires team up with the South in order to try... Wait a minute. That's not a real book, is it?
That's kind of it's also a key part of the Vampire Diaries backstory.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, one of them is also a Confederate.
I feel like there is some book series where it is mystical creatures team up with one side of the Civil War, and I feel like it's the South. But yeah, no, either way, interesting. Hey, get the Game of Thrones writers on it. I'm sure they would love a post. Confederacy alternate
I love
history
the Jenny
thing.
Nicholson video about Vampire Diaries.
That's one of the few I've not seen, because normally I don't care about vampires.
It's regular viewing in the station. We put it on all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I will have to watch it then.
Much like
It's
we put
really
on
good.
our leaderboard, where Imprintatoes has taken the lead and Blahaj69 has taken second. Enigma Cullen.
Enigma Cullen,
Riddler
are you
Pyre.
throwing this game?
Are you throwing this? Because you've been
Are you
talking
throwing
about
this
how you
game?
don't
Where
want
was it?
to
Where
win.
was it? There it
throwing
is.
this?
The evidence.
Throwing it?
It's an inside job.
It's an inside job.
It's not based on a question, but I will point out this is the movie where they introduced the concept of imprinting, because Jacob says he's certainly imprinted on Bella, which means that if he's feeling it so strong, it's leading up to the next film's stuff, and we know why he's imprinting on her this early, and I don't like it.
Oh, Mike Mignola's Amazing Screw-On Head also teams up with Lincoln against evil supernatural forces. And of course, Abraham Lincoln is famously a vampire hunter,
is
so
true.
the Cullens would not be on his side.
There's also vampire Abraham Lincoln Hunter.
Yeah, who of
That
course
is
goes
true.
to gay bars and has sex with gay men, which, as he calls them, Abraham Lincolns.
Lena, I can't wait. Okay, I need the chat's opinion on this. Here we go. Do I do Breaking Dawn parts 1 and 2 in the same year and do 8 minutes a day every day during the month of August, or do I split it into 2 years? Because I'm inclined to do 8 minutes a day every day just to
Right.
get it done and let's do it.
Yeah, it feels like they're too
feels
much
right.
of one movie.
That's right. It's like one story. I'm like, if it's one story, just do it as
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why when you get to Star Wars, you have to do all 9 parts in 1 month.
Yeah.
It's also known as, in comedy, escalating the bit.
Oh.
So I'm committing to it. Next year is going to be 8 minutes a day. It is of Breaking Twan. And I will
Breaking
get
Twan!
parts 1 and 2 done.
Breaking Twan. Watch 4 movies of watch 4 minutes of both movies in the same day. 4 of one.
Oh
and then 4
no.
Of the other.
I've gotten 2 votes for that. You've all put that in my head. I fucking hate you, and I think I'm gonna have to do that now. No, I think I'm gonna have to do it now. I know. I think I'm gonna have to do it now.
Do it.
Breaking Twan.
You all are
reference
must-
To the
okay.
lyrics. Check yourself. What?
Here's the deal. I will do that if every single one of you that is here right now in the chat telling me to do it subscribes to Twaugust on the feed. I don't
not
care if you listen to the episodes, but subscribe to
subscribed.
Twaugust and download
Okay.
all the episodes
Is it
right
on
now.
Is it on its own feed?
Yes, if you go to Twaugust, just literally, there's no other thing in this universe digitally called Twaugust. You should be able to find
Do
it, but
it.
I
mean,
will put
this
it in the
trivia.
chat real quick.
Do it.
I will do 4 of each next year because that is actually genuinely funny and a really fucking funny way to do it. I'm putting it in the all chat here.
Okay, I
There
am.
you go.
Get the tea.
So yes, it's its own fun little feed. The first 3 are done. Next year, Breaking Twan parts 1 and 2 simultaneously. No, it's a glitch in the Matrix where if you don't answer the question, it will show you the last amount of points that you got right. And it will just continually showing that. So
Because that was the last time your points changed, you see, and so it must be maintained forever.
yeah.
Like a vampire.
Like a vampire, yeah, much like a vampire. I mean,
You
what
all
isn't?
y'all breathed fresh life into next year's Twaugust. I'm really excited.
You know what I'm excited? Also, it looks like our game is actually full.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
It's a full house and only
Full house.
half of us are Blogtovens.
Oh my god.
As we go to get out of here.
Memory of a bunch of Antoine Fisher. Oh no.
As we go to question number 8.
Oh, here we go. Instead of bleeding during decapitations and the severing of limbs, the vampires in Eclipse have what happened to their bodies? A, they turn to stone. B, they turn to dust. C, they burst into flames. Or D, they turn into sparkles. It is certainly a way that they used to get a PG-13 rating.
Right.
But
I
it was
have
very
no
interesting.
idea.
Because I was like, would be really gruesome if this effect wasn't happening. But I'm like, they really are going for it. It's crazy.
So the answer isn't they got cauterized immediately like a lightsaber?
We'll talk about it when it's done. But yeah, it's one of those things where because one of the answers could be technically that, the other ones aren't. So yeah, on my tab, Team Edward is above the choices, but on the stream tab, Team Edward is on the side. Interesting.
Does it look a little something?
Interesting.
No. I don't know.
Either way, you're out of time to answer the question that's above or next to it.
1 of you said they turned to stone. 8 of you said they turned to dust. 2 of you said they turned to flames. 1 of you says they turned to sparkles. Well, what do they turn to when they get
Should be sparkles.
decapitated?
I also vote that it should be
It turns to stone. All of their wounds turn to stone. They literally, and it's not even they fully turn to, like, the part of their wound that's cut off that would be blood turns to stone. So, like, their necks and everything here turn to stone. Like, their arms severed off, that turns to stone.
Wait,
like,
so
their wounds turn to stone. Like, their bodies just start turning.
Arm turns to stone.
No. The sections that are severed off. So it's like flesh up until the severed arm part. That turns to stone at the end of it. Like it's cauterized as stone. And then the other arm wound would be cauterized. Like you said cauterized, and that's the correct term for stone. And then at the neck, so like Bryce Dallas Howard, human neck, but cracks on her face is stone cracks, but human flesh. Neck turned to stone. Neck under bodywork turned to stone, and then body underneath flesh part.
So if they got a paper cut, it would turn to, they'd have a little stone?
Yes, no, literally that's what it looks like. It looks like if like any cuts they got in the fight didn't bleed, they cracked like they were porcelain or stone or marble. Yeah.
Do you think they just need some moisturizer?
They absolutely could.
So you could kintsugi a vampire.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
It's when you repair broken pottery by mending the broken bits with gold.
Honestly,
so you could
yes.
just kintsugi their arm right back on.
But it was wild. Every time it happened, I was watching the screen being like, oh, they absolutely did this to avoid a PG-13 rating. Because the first one was bloody.
Is
like
it
the
in
first
the
one
book?
they filmed had blood in the fights they were doing. That wasn't a
Wait.
thing I remembered it being.
So they all evolved between movies? Like, is there an in-universe lore explanation for why this suddenly happens?
Was it the vampires
could
who
not
were bloody?
freaking tell you based off of watching the films
Yeah,
as
were
they
the
were.
vampires bloody?
Or was
the
it
first
dead?
one?
No. The vampire.
first
There
one.
was in the first one. Yes, there was blood in the fights and
From
stuff.
the vampires.
I believe so, but I might be misremembering. There was also fire going on in that one too, which was confusing. But also, I haven't seen that in 2 years. So, yeah, but yeah, they don't have blood
This
anymore
one was
unless they've just
invented by a
eaten.
writer.
So there it is.
That one was invented by a writer. You're right, Redactron.
Ran out of blood.
Dang, well, let's see who's
That's
saying...
the most boring of the answers.
Yeah, I
too.
liked Sparkles more, and Fire.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be sparkles.
They are more
or
fun
dust.
answers. They are more fun.
Well, let's see who's saying dang on our leaderboard. We're Imprintato's holding on to the lead. Blahaj69 got it wrong, but still in second. Enigma Cullen, the Riddler Pyre, down to third place. They lost 666 points on that question.
Hell yeah.
Imprintato's the only one who got it right. So they
Wow.
gained the most points, getting 823, while Team Fluval lost the most, losing 926, because they
way
answered
to do it.
faster than anybody else. They just got it very wrong.
Ah.
Oh no, the Confederate States of America I see is in 12th.
Yes. The Confederate States of America lost 335 points.
They just keep losing. It's
Well, also,
so
the
strange.
Twilight Saga has been around longer than the Confederate States existed, so...
Truth. That's true.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the Confederacy wasn't actually around that long.
Got their ass kicked.
They did, and now let's see who's getting their ass kicked
In trivia.
in question number 9.
After the climactic battle, the Cullen family adds a newborn member when they rescue a teenage newborn after they intervene in the Volturi's interrogation of her. A, true, or B, false? I got Volturi right in that question there.
After the climactic battle, the Cullen family adds a new member when they rescue a teenage newborn after they intervene in the Volturi's interrogation of her.
Two afters in the question. Should have fixed that up, but that's my own problem.
Yeah, great use of Michael Sheen in this game.
Well, he's a Volturi.
I thought it was a trick earlier.
That was
No,
a
you're totally
devious
fine.
trick.
I looked it up, so I should have known because I literally was like A or U.
But what a
for
trick
it.
that would have been. To be like, actually...
Well, actually.
It's Volturi, not Voltari.
Rockjoven says it sounds too specific to be true. I was pissed when there was no sheen in Eclipse. It's sheenless.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
new-
the sheen's really off.
New Twoon introduced me into like the sheen, so I was waiting for more Arlo, and there's not. But I
Wait.
know there's a lot of him in the last one.
Twilight introduced you to it, not Frost Nixon?
No, I meant into like his character was introduced in New Twoon. No. My first Michael Sheen was when I had crush on his vague bisexual David Bowie-esque character in Tron Legacy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Frost Nixon was intern Forrest's introduction.
Why didn't you burn the tapes?
I mean, that's a great question. Why didn't he burn the tapes? If we ever
Why
get
didn't
Nixon
you?
on the phone, we'll have to ask him that ourselves.
Yeah.
But let's see what you picked. 8 of you said true. 4 of you said false.
Ooh, that's a fairly decent split for a true false.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, the answer is false.
Ha!
I will tell you exactly
Suffer.
what happens. After the climactic battle, the Cullen family finds a preteen newborn, or not preteen, but like a teenage newborn, who is
I hope
hiding
it's a
out and
teenage
trying.
newborn, because
and
otherwise it's extra false.
No, it's. I keep saying preteen, but it was like she was teenage. A teenage newborn who is scared of the battle, so she hides. So then afterwards, the Volturi, Jane, comes, and she's like, oh, hi here, girl. Like, I'm ready. So the Cullen family protects her and invoke asylum for her specifically, this teenage newborn.
Oh, much like the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Yes, because they didn't want her to do it. And Jane comes up and she says, no, she was part of the rebellion, so sorry. And the Cullen family stands aside, as is implied the rest of the Volturi fucking kill the teenage girl via decapitation.
What the hell?
Including Edward and Bella both stand aside and let this happen.
Why?
I guess they really are Anna Kendrick.
Wow.
Yep, they cut away before it happens, but it is implied that like the way you kill vampires is to decapitate them. So if she is to be punished, how else are you gonna punish her? And this happens in like the last 6 minutes of the film or whatever.
I wonder if she's ever seen again.
We'll see. I don't think so.
Maybe it turns out not to be a murder. Maybe it turns out to be like a
decapitate them and
disciplining.
set them on fire, which is what Edward wanted to have happen to him at the end of New Twoon.
That'll do it. Yeah, he wanted the Pope to do it.
Friggin' crazy.
Remember how he just goes to the Vatican?
Volturi, by the way, it's a nonsense word. I felt like it was. It didn't
I
feel
figured.
like anything.
I don't think Stephanie Meyer is like learning Latin for these.
She didn't want to offend anyone by picking a real Latin word, so she just made up a fake one.
Yeah, did you know the last person killed by guillotine was killed in 1977?
Yes, the same year that Star Wars came out. They were
Yeah.
killed in France, correct?
Yes. That was a trivia
Attaboy,
question.
France.
That was a trivia question. Which of these happened most recently? And it was
It was Virgin Airlines.
Oh my god, yep. Yeah, and then they drove a red I think it was a red convertible around.
that's
Maybe a
true.
yellow
Wiz says
one.
that about everything.
It's crazy because, yep, she's a virgin. Also, in the climactic battle, she fucking cuts herself so that both Riley and Victoria get so horny for her blood that they get distracted and Edward and Jacob can beat the shit out of them.
Strategically cutting herself in battle. What is she, an elf in Divinity 2?
Jesus Christ, yeah! Tuesday nights.
Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Mostly, they play Divinity with 2 DOS, 2 Furious.
This Tuesday we're not, but the next
So this
Tuesday we
Tuesday
will.
they're not, but after that they will be back to it. But for now, they're on our leaderboard where Imprintados has
Look at
held
that.
on to first.
Commanding.
Lahaj, 69, still in second. Yeah, Imprintados has quite a commanding lead now. Renesmee. No, Renesu was one of the people who got it right. But Sparkling Andrew, despite having walked away from the game, is now in third place With Enigma Cullen, the Riddler Pyre falling into fourth. Gyat GPT rounding out our top 5 ahead of the Confederate States of America in sixth.
Go, Andrew, go!
It's gonna
Can
be
Andrew
incredible.
win this game absentee? I can't lose to the
Lose to the
Confederacy.
Confederacy.
It really did
Embarrassing.
up the stakes for all
Yep.
of you. No pun intended. As we go to question
Edward wouldn't want you to.
As we go to question number 10.
What object is on the cover of the book Eclipse? A hand holding an apple. B, a ruffled tulip. C, a frayed red ribbon. Or D, a white queen.
I just want to say, notably not an eclipse,
Notably not an eclipse.
which is
Yes.
why this GIF was chosen. It's like, you know what probably would have made more sense than any of these on the cover?
An eclipse.
An eclipse / the ring.
Of power.
But then something happened the eclipse did not expect.
And I will give you a clue. Every one of these things appears on the cover of one of the Twilight books.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Which is
Yeah.
why I knew which of these it wasn't.
I only know of one of them that it isn't.
I know what's on the cover of Twilight.
Yes.
Me too.
The world is changing. I can feel it in Bella's blood. But let's see what you picked. One of you, a hand holding an apple. One of you, a ruffled tulip. 6 of you, a frayed red ribbon. And 4 of you, a white queen.
Well, if all of you knew that I was as lazy as I am inventive, you would have known. I put the answers in the order they come out, so the third answer is correct.
And that's also true. Midnight Suns is a broken pomegranate.
Oh, interesting. So yes, a hand holding an apple is Twilight, a ruffled tulip is New Moon, a frayed ribbon is Eclipse, and a white pawn queen, a white chess queen, sorry, is from Breaking Dawn.
Yeah, not Elizabeth. So
Here's the
that
problem is,
means-
Void, I would do it.
So what's funny is that means that the 2 versions of the events of the first book are the 2 fruits most commonly depicted as the
Yes.
fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
She did research.
Yeah.
She did her research. The apple.
Apple
or
and a
the
pomegranate.
No, the other, that's the one from Persephone Smith.
No,
also-
but people actually...
Fig. They think it's a pomegranate.
Yes,
So
no,
it's
it is,
depicted
yes.
with a pomegranate.
Yes.
Oh,
Don't talk to me about the dark magics. I was there when they were written.
clearly.
Yeah, because apples weren't there yet.
Yep.
They also say fig sometimes.
When Twilight waning gibbous.
Ugh.
But they also say pomegranate.
Winning Gibbous is going to be the Eclipse New Moon or Midnight
Yeah.
Suns rewrite.
Yeah, it's a juice. It's a bottle of palm hanging from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That'd be a great ad for palm that wouldn't upset anybody. Anyway, I mean, that's our game, right?
It
our
seems
game.
like that's our
There's-
game.
That's 10 questions. Oh, sorry, a traditional question. In the original Twilight movie, what song plays during the infamous baseball scene? Is it Black Hole Sun, Black Holes in the Revelations, the theme from Black Hole, or Supermassive Black Hole? And we, unfortunately, can't play the scene.
No.
But you might know the question in hand. But we have the gift from it, which is
Here's
honestly
a hint.
worth it.
The correct answer is fingerprinted and would be identified by YouTube's robots.
Yes. And again, and also another hint, this has been asked every year for Twaugust trivia, so
You
this
can.
should be something you know.
You can mute play it, Lena.
Also, how I pitch. I love how they're into baseball. Like, who's
I-
into baseball?
American vampires are, goddammit.
Wait, what?
I have not seen it.
Like hunter gatherer? Fucking.
Bootlegged Bart, I'm going to spoil it. I actually can't sing it.
Hello.
Yeah, oh no, Wizworld Live, oh no!
That's why I mean, maybe you got points.
Well, I will say the only tricky part of this question is that one of these is the song and one of these is the album this song is from. So there's a little bit of a little shiftiness in it.
Well,
and then
let's see
two of
what
them
you
just
picked.
aren't even.
They attach real apples to fake trees.
4 of you said Black Hole Sun. 1 of you said Black Holes and Revelations. 0 of you said the theme from Black Hole. 7 of you said Supermassive Black Hole. And the correct answer is...
Supermassive Black Hole. Supermassive Black Hole appears on the album Black Holes and Revelations. And Black Hole Sun is just a nice song by Supersonic, but it has nothing to do with this film. It's truly an insane song choice. It is insane that they picked it. So here's the thing: is everyone should just Google that scene right now and watch it, and then just enjoy it after, on there and on it. But yes, we have seen it before. We've played it when we have not been under a YouTube naughty timeout corner thing, which I got us into. Men in Black got us into it. It's my own goddamn fault. I'm sorry, y'all. Will Smith came in and he slapped us into the corner so that we can't do any things on there. But yes, imagine that Supermassive Black Hole is playing right now.
Crazy delicious, and the judges are called the gods.
They're called the gods. That's fucking unhinged, and I love it.
That sounds like a fake reality TV show in another TV show.
Is this some Hunter and the Wiz material?
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking anime.
We all love Muse till they became a weirdo masks or government control band. Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no. Oh,
I mean,
no.
I knew that. What? I knew that, but I wasn't sure if you were in a reality.
Mad.
This is
what
that
the
show.
Fuck? Oh my god.
Who's the gal in the back? Is she the host? That's not Jane Addams, the British comedian, is it?
Supermassive Vax hole.
No, it is.
It is?
Wow.
Yeah, and she hosts it.
Fuck yes! I know my British panel show comedians. Okay. Basically, that's the host, and they give her a bad wig. Yeah. Yep. She enjoys drag queen's aesthetic without the 100% ability to pull it off. And I don't think it's necessarily her fault. I'm sure it's this team's budget's fault because it looks bad. But yeah.
I love
oh my
this
god.
image of in the serene nature scene just using a
food processor.
Food processor.
That
totally
looks
decimate.
Slightly more realistic than any of the outdoor sets from Star Trek TOS.
It looks very TOS.
Use the fake plants as part of your meal.
Yeah,
oh
but
my god. That's incredible.
Amazing.
It's apparently on Netflix.
Amazing.
Oh wait, here's an image of them gathering.
No,
they have to go around with little baskets and pick all the ingredients.
Like the Willy Wonka room with all the stuff you can eat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my fucking god.
It's definitely giving
If you
Wonka.
want to view paradise, fuck off because it's not here.
Ah!
Incredible though. Thank you,
Speaking of paradise, yes, thank you, H-Dub, for bringing that to our attention.
Speaking of paradise, our leaderboard,
Crazy
our
delicious
final
trivia
score.
won. But yeah, let's see who's in paradise by seeing who won.
I have a feeling we know who.
In third place, none other than Ryan Cullen with 1,245 points. In second, Blahaj, 69.
Blahaj?
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Blahaj. And in first place, Imprintatoes.
Imprintatoes.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. It's Imprintatoes.
Incredible.
In last place was I Should Have Studied. The Confederate States of America got 8th place.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
So congratulations to Imprintatoes, Blahaj 69, Ryan Cullen, Gyat GPT, and Sparkling Andrew. Sparkling Andrew got top 5.
Wow.
Incredible.
Despite leaving after
Absolutely
question
incredible.
4.
Wow.
And yes, Wiz beat the Confederate States. And I think we're gonna give you all a gift that we can all enjoy, since we'll send something to Imprintatoes.
Oh wait, I think that Edward and Bella are about to have sex over there.
on my watch, you don't. You can engage in that disgusting third-dimensional being behavior on your own time. Next, you're going to tell me they'll eat food. Oh, we've blown up all sorts of... we leave just Robert E. Lee on it and his people and then blow it up.
Oh, yeah.
So
no, we'll just pick them out of any universe.
We beamed... we went to every universe and beamed the CSA into a single planet and blew it up. Well, no, you can get decanted. You just shouldn't fornicate. Asexual reproduction's fine.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for so much hilarity.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for so much hilarity.
Thank you so much, ChatGPT.
And remember to watch the show that ChatGPT recommended. WizWorld Live this Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/WizWorld.
Get ready for the Blood War!
Get ready to join the Blood War. And
join
also,
the Blood War!
sign up to the WizWorld Live Scriptorium where you can find out what you'll be up for if
Blood
you
War.
enlist in the Blood War. What you'll be in for.
Blood War!
If you enlist in the Blood War this Friday.
Blood War! Is there a way to download this ChatGPT?
Wish.
We wish.
We
all
wish. Great question tonight, Missy. Thank you for
Thank
writing
you so
all
much,
the
Countess
trivia
Missy.
on this week's
Thank
episode.
you. And as always, Twaugust is a celebration, serious moment of when my egg cracked, and also a celebration of you in the community. My 3 years of podcasting, everything together. So I'm gonna cry. I love you so much, everyone. I'm so happy that you're all in my life. The end.
We
Thank
love you
you,
so
Missy,
much,
Missy.
I'll go back to beating you all next week.
Missy.
Well, Missy,
Happy 3 years.
you might not beat them next week.
Oh shit, why?
Because do you know what next week's topic is?
No.
What?
So, next week, on Friday, September 13th,
I do know. you
in
told
New
me.
York City, a little show is coming back. For the first
Lex?
time.
Is Lex coming back?
Yeah, Lex is
Whipple?
coming back.
Is it Lex?
Yeah, it's Lex. Congratulations.
Friday
No, it's
the
not Lex
13th.
trivia. It's because for the first time
No.
since 2018,
Is 9/11 happening
the
on the
weirdest.
13th?
Oh god, 9/11 is next week's trivia date.
Jesus
The
Christ.
weirdest, most bizarre talk show in New York City returns for the UCB New York grand opening. The Chris Gethard Show returns next week on September 13th. And so next week on Grand Trivia, it's another episode of the Chris Gethard Show Trivia. Even more questions about the
The weirdest
Chris
guy we know.
Gethard Show.
Even more suffering.
Even more suffering.
Oh, right.
Yeah, man, there's gonna be even more
guy.
suffering. There'll be more questions all about the Gethard Show.
That guy who isn't one of his son's favorite things.
It's gonna be a real fun time. I'm here, behind you. Hey, it's me, Chris Gethard.
Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know
Oh
you
my
didn't
God,
notice
he's
I was
here.
here. I just sort of snuck in and wanted to say I'm excited for next week's episode of Grand Trivia. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. You're all gonna do great. Hey, and remember to lose well if you do.
Lose wire.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I know I don't sound quite as good as I did last time, so I'm gonna get out of here.
Bye, Chris.
Thank you
We
for
never
joining
sound
us,
as good.
Gethard, and we'll see you all next week for another exciting episode of Grand Trivia focused all on the Chris Gethard Show. So,
And don't forget to subscribe to the Twaugust
yes,
podcast.
Yes, please do.
subscribe
Of
to the
missing
Twaugust
information.
podcast. And while we're saying things you should subscribe to, don't forget to subscribe to the Radio Free Multiverse Patreon at patreon.com
Yes, you get free
/
shit.
Radio Free Multiverse.
Beast M.
The Beastem. I bet Automod wouldn't let you say his real name. But we'll see you next week.
We will see.
We have your coordinates.
We
Here he comes. Swimming closer than farther away.